Here's camera number one. Here's camera number two. This one belongs to Insta360. This one belongs to me. What's really important is these guys care about making sure that things work and work right. I've been having issues with these cameras. Everything that I've had is resolved except for one thing that we gotta wait for a heat wave to test. Stick around and I'll explain more later. All right, welcome back. I said we were gonna talk about Insta360 cameras, and here's, this is the Insta360 camera owned by Insta360, and here's my camera. Both have the 360 lens mod on them, and I've got to say that Insta360 is determined to resolve this problem that I've had, or I should say issue. Could be a problem depending. I've had two major issues with these cameras in the last 6 months, and besides the birds out here, the first issue was if you use your camera, plug it into your computer, copy your files off, delete them off the camera, disconnect it, doing the eject, go back out, use your camera, come back in, you plug your camera in, and it tells you something about you got to format the SD card to use it. Not good, terrible situation. If you didn't have the ability to transfer files onto your phone and then from your phone to your NAS or your computer, and the kind of recording that we would do, we'd end up with an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of video. There's no way that would fit on your phone, and you'd probably take all night to copy it, all night and next day. So that was unusable. Second issue was cameras overheating when the temperature was 30 degrees or higher. So the first issue with my camera, I have not experienced that since they sent me the 5th camera. And on their camera, I've been specifically not, one of the resolutions was after you use the camera, you would use the camera menu to format the SD card and you'd never run into the problem again. But you forget. And the one time you forget is when you got your birth of your child or a christening or a family birthday. So that was just terrible, right? Anyway, it has not happened. So I think they've got that resolved. One of the key indicators that was going to happen was when you plug your phone into a computer, you plug your camera into a computer, it would do all the beepy noises like a USB device had been connected, but it wouldn't show you the device. That's a sign that the problem is still there, right? Or potentially there. But not always. I've had that happen once with one of these cameras, and I just unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it was fine. Second issue with the overheating, it happened end of last summer twice with my camera, using both the 360 lens and the 4K lens out for a ride. It's about 34 degrees. Camera just started complaining about overheating, being unable to write to the SD card, and that was it. We were in Florida in January, and it was over 30 degrees on 2 of the days that we rode, and the camera actually froze. So not did it didn't complain about overheating, which is what mine did end of August last year. It actually just froze. Red light on, you couldn't do anything. You had to force power it off with the power button at the top. And when you brought it back up, it once said, hey, there's a video file that needs to be corrected. So you tell it go ahead, and it works normally again. On one ride, it froze twice. On the second ride, it only froze once, and I was lucky enough to catch it on camera. And I was lucky enough to actually be able to see the quality of the video get really grainy just before it froze. So I was able to send that off to Insta360. But like I said, and I'm not going to say surprisingly, I'm going to say pleasingly, they are working with me to solve this. So you can probably put your faith in them, you can put your trust in them, that they will help you fix problems. And take a little bit of finagling and working out how to get the cameras back and forth between Hong Kong and Toronto, but it's done. We're just waiting for a really hot day where I'm going to run both cameras on 2 different riders, and we're going to see if the cameras go through. We need plus 30, so look out for that. Again, I'm just going to give these cameras a 4 out of 5 because 4 out of 5 of my issues have been resolved. If we can deal with them from a heat perspective, and that's been resolved as well. The spec says plus 40 degrees C, and if you've ever written specifications or worked with them, you know that if you say something works up to 40, it's got to work up to 40. No excuse. We'll see. Anyway, as always, stress less, ride more, ride smart, ride safe. See you guys in the trails. Take care.